Hello everyone, this is Julia McCutcheon here, and I'm here in London today with my good friend here, Nick Williams.
Hi.
And this is the second little video that we're doing to talk about this new Discover Your Authentic Voice online masterclass that we are running starting on the 2nd of June. And so our first video was to explain why we're so passionate about the subject of authenticity and why we feel it's a really important topic for both authors and entrepreneurs to pay real attention to. And that's why we've put this online masterclass together. And so now we'd just like to look at what you're going to get from participating in this masterclass and what you'll take away in terms of results from engaging with us over this 6-month period. So Nick, what would you say would be the most important things that you feel people are going to take away from this online masterclass?
I think probably one of the most important things is to start with a permission and an encouragement to find their own voice.
Yes.
Because I think our own authentic voice is often the thing we most censor.
Yes.
So part of what we want to do is just encourage you and give you permission to say often the things you're most afraid to say are the things that are going to be most potent and powerful to say. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And also encouraging people to understand what the authentic voice actually is, because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding that goes on. You know, we talk a lot about authenticity in the world today, but do people really understand what that means and how you actually access that true voice within you and why it's important to do so? So yeah, very much.
So number one, permission and encouragement to find that voice. Number two, I think to recognise the process that I've come to call resistance.
Yes.
You know, that often when it comes to sharing that voice, we have so many doubts and fears, and we distract ourselves, and we come up with all sorts of shenanigans to stop ourselves expressing ourselves. Do you find that?
Oh, completely.
You know, I'm sure you watching this know that the thing that you most feel called to do often is the thing where you go, oh, I can't do that, it's too big, it's too scary, it's too exposing, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's the understanding of resistance, and then, you know, it's a passionate mind to understand strategies for moving through the resistance.
Definitely.
So I'm going to be sharing a lot of those strategies.
Yeah.
And then it's looking at putting structure to your voice, because number one, I think it's the finding of it, overcoming the resistance, but then putting structure. And often we think, well, authenticity is about not having structure, but what's your experience of structure? I think structure is crucial.
Absolutely, because it's a little bit like the authenticity is an energy that you feel that you then need to take out into the world in a structured way. So we're going to be encouraging people to come up with tip sheets and blog posts and write articles and all sorts of different types of ways to structure the message that is wanting to be shared in the world.
Yeah, and I'm going to be sharing some ideas that I've taught a lot, which really help people take, you know, often vast areas and start putting some structure around small parts of that big area, because often I find people get overwhelmed. It's like, I've got so much to say, how do I say it all? And the answer is you don't say it all, you start saying little bits. So we're going to be sharing ideas about how to take small bits, so you can do a helicopter view, but then you can do little bits.
Very much so.
So structure in terms of things like tip sheets and articles and blogs, so we'll be giving you lots of ideas about the practicality of doing that. Then we'll be talking about obviously books and publishing, and whether, you know, self-publishing or approaching conventional publishers is going to be the best route.
Yes.
And then I think today, you know, I think one of the big myths that many of us have got to overcome is, you know, if I get published by a conventional publisher, the world's going to open up to me. Probably not going to happen for two counts. Number one, I think today you've got to have built your own platform in order to be to attract interest by a conventional publisher. Would you say that?
Yes, absolutely.
So we're both very clear that you really need to create your own platform. And we'll say, well, we'll be teaching you, well, what does it mean to create a platform? What does that actually mean? But basically, it's kind of getting your ideas out into the world under your own steam and not waiting for somebody else to do that for you. Is that right?
Absolutely, and also taking the responsibility for connecting directly with your readership and your audience, and actually enjoying the process of doing so, and doing it in a way that's authentic to you. And that's the most important thing, that there are lots of ideas and lots of different ways that you can reach out to connect with your tribe, the people who are interested in your work, but not all of them are going to feel right for you. And so it's a question of, out of that range of options, choosing ones that fit what you want to say and what you want to communicate and share, and building your profile and building your platform in a way that is authentic to you, but that also does the job, so that if you want to work with a traditional publisher, they are interested in you in the first place. And then if you choose to self-publish, you actually already have an audience to publish your book.
Be interested in your book.
Yeah, indeed.
So we'll be giving you kind of structures to work with that, in my mind, you know, enhance your freedom to be authentic, not try and squeeze you into some kind of formula. So it's liberating your authenticity rather than cramping your authenticity.
Very much so. And I think really to sum up, it's a question of when you begin to access your authentic voice and you learn some of these skills and techniques of putting structure to it, you've then got a really powerful combination for actually living your truth in the world and living your purpose in the world. And I think that's a very important part of being successful as an author and also successful as an entrepreneur. And that's what we would like to encourage everybody to be able to achieve by the end of this masterclass, that real confidence that they know who they are, what they have to say, what their signature message is, and how to take that out to the world in a way that's successful and soulful as well.
So we're looking forward to it, and I just want to say I think we're both, walking our talk as well, because you have a website, you do blogs, you do newsletters, you've written a book.
Yes.
I've written 5 books.
Yes.
I've got 20,000 people on my database. I've got tons of people following me on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
It's taken me a long time to understand it, but I have now learned how to chunk my signature messages into lots of different forms as of you. So
Yes.
we are walking our talk.
Yeah,
I really believe that we've learned some things the hard way and we've learned some things very well. So we'll be using our own personal experience and sharing other people that we've worked with to share their experience of how things have worked for them. So hopefully we're going to give you a smorgasbord of things that you could use, and then you pick the ones to make it work for you in the way that's going to be great for you.
Absolutely, and there's a real authentic commitment from both of us to bring our personal and our professional experience to this. We understand the emotional roller coaster that goes on with all of these processes, so we're going to bring a real mix of experience and a good perspective for everybody to learn from, so you can go direct to source with what you want to achieve.
Brilliant. And I think just to finish off, I'd say, my fundamental belief, and I think yours is too, is that each of us has an authentic voice that needs to be heard, that when people hear your voice, their life and your life is better for the expression of that voice. So I believe you have unique gifts and talents. Our job is to help you find that and get that out to the world so you'll be happier and you can touch the lives of people that you're destined to touch. So that's the bottom line. There's a real kind of spiritual element to what we're doing.
Absolutely, and it's really a question of making a difference in the world and for everybody to be able to walk their talk and live their purpose in a successful way. So,
I'm excited now.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching this, and we hope that if you're interested you'll check us out and see if you'd like to join. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.